Okay, we are live. Hi, everybody. Good
Hey
evening.
there.
My name is Peg Tucker, and I am here with my two amazing friends and colleagues, Angel Chandler and Paul Capozio. Angel is someone who I've become a great friend with, and she's an author, she's a speaker, she's a brilliant woman. She's had great success in the industry. Paul is someone who has been a mentor of mine for a very long time. I've followed this guy, and we've gotten to be good friends. And Paul he's an incredibly successful Wall Street guy. Built a company to $1.5 billion. Never before in the industry of network marketing. Now here he is, and he's one of the top earners in the industry. So what we want to talk about tonight is becoming the person that you need to be to achieve success. And these two people are shining examples of that. I wanted to open with a quote. It's a Jim Rohn quote, and I love to follow Jim Rohn. I love learning. This is part of the personal development thing. Jim's quote is, "Your level of success will seldom exceed your level of personal development, because success is something you attract by becoming the person that you become." And I think that's one of the things that I really love about this industry. If you are on a mission to become a better person, it's just going to happen, right? If you don't want to become better, you might have a hard time in this industry. I think you need to become that leader, that person. You need to become that person who people want to work with. Like, ask yourself, are you a person that you would want to work with, right? And on a scale of 1 to 10, what kind of success do you want? Like, do you want level 10 success in your business, in your physical health, in your physical well-being, in your relationships? But then take a look at, where is your personal development and where is your level of work that you're putting into that? Like, are you putting in a level 2, maybe hovering over 3 or 4, but you're looking for a level 10 in success, right? You've got to really become that person who puts in the level 10 success, or the level 10 personal development, level 10 work, if you want to create that level 10 life, right? So, Angel, I would love to turn over to you to can you share on this, on your perspective?
Absolutely. I think we could end it right now. I think what you just talked about was just perfect, and people just got
I'm already making notes, and she's told me I'm her mentor. I made notes already.
So much value, Peg. Like, what you just said was I need to up level my getting a background in StreamYard, because really I have not figured that out yet. But yeah, I mean, that is one of the, I would say that's one of the highest levels of knowledge that you can have, coming into entrepreneurship, owning your own business, whether it's network marketing, direct sales, affiliate marketing, online marketing, what everybody's talking about, digital marketing right now. It doesn't even matter what you're doing. You have to understand that the personal growth and up leveling needs to be a part of your life. And I never understood what that meant until I started reaching additional levels and realizing,
Right.
whoa, I've up leveled. We are presented with tests that we have to pass, and those tests will come over and over and over again, and they will present themselves in different packages, or they will present themselves in different ways in your life. And until you recognize that, hey, I have to pass this test, and there may be something that I need to let go of in order for me to advance to the next level. And that is just a process that we start to go through when we enter into personal development. And I always thought personal development was kind of foo-foo. I'd see that section in the Kohl's note, or the Kohl's bookstore that we just talked about on the other podcast, Paul. But I wouldn't go to that section, because it was like, I don't need that stuff. Like, I don't, people are crazy and they're doing their foo-foo stuff. But it really is. You start to recognize it, and you start to realize that there's things that maybe need to be cleaned out of your closet, cleaned out of the closet of your brain, cleaned out of your belief level, and who you can be, what's possible for you, where can you go, what are the highest levels that you could possibly achieve, and stretch yourself. I believe that as we continue to level up, we are stretching ourselves, and we're saying, whoa, I can now go to the next level that I couldn't even see 5 years ago, because I was so much further down. So I think that finding people to connect with, finding people that can lead you through those strategies, that have gone through at least a lot of, if not some of that process, can say to you, hey, this is what I've done. This is a way I can handhold you through this if that's where you want to go, but I want to help you and keep you accountable and keep you on that trajectory of growth for yourself. So I'll let you go next, Paul. Oh, you're muted.
Paul, you're muted. I just want to interrupt for a second and just say, this is one of the biggest things for me that has changed me is association, right? Getting to spend time, like next week, I get to spend a whole week with you guys, but in person, but getting to be in your company and just the conversation is different, right? And watching what you do, get around people who are successful and watch what they do. So that leads into you, Paul, if you would share from your perspective on just the personal development and becoming the person you need to be.
Well, it's a constant evolution, right? And everybody said that, but I want to go back to you for a second, Peg. So, part of this whole thing, and you used a very gracious word for me as mentor and everything, but when I see your growth, it makes me realize what the business is all about, which is duplication of that success, right? And seeing that. So it's one thing to talk and have the right phrases and all the buzzwords and everything. But when you see the results, when you see people growing, you had an amazing month. I mean, I think your recruiting is up by over 100% for the month. It's maybe even a little bit more than that, but that's really the proof is in the pudding, right? So where did you go? You went from not turning your camera on. I know we tell the story a million times, but it's a story that people need to hear, to being this social media queen, to now have it really duplicating into your business. And then we're doing these things. And, you gave us a lot of accolades, but I think there's we're pretty much all equal now, right? So we're doing this together. You put together what we're going to talk about. You put together the whole thought process of what this is going to be. That's huge. As far as the levels of success are concerned, you said something about, hey, if you want to go level 10. And I think the biggest challenge in our business, network marketing, affiliate marketing, I can't go through all the ones, Angel, I don't even know all the acronyms. But the point is, number one, that's another thing. I'm a network marketer. I'm an MLM guy. I'm an MLM pro. That's what I do. I made the decision. I don't care what other people think about it, because people didn't like stockbrokers. People don't like lawyers, right? So get used to it. But every time you talk about success, you have to own that. It's a decision. So your first decision in this business is, what is my definition, my personal definition of success? What do I feel is where I'm going to be successful? Is not what Angel Chandler's doing, or it's not what Peg Tucker's doing. It's what you think you can do and achieve. You can change that. You could expand it. If you want to make $100 a week in your business and you get to $100 a week and you want to make it $1,000 a week, you're allowed to do so, but start somewhere. Because when you have this vaporous, a convoluted idea of what your success is going to be, you don't have a target. That's number one. Number two, every time you achieve a new rank, you have to become a different person. So, like it or not, network marketing is a series of ranks. What I love about rank advancement in network marketing is that there's no question to how much I'm going to make when I hit my next rank, right? I don't have to go to my boss for a raise. I don't have to beg and borrow. I know I hit the rank. But when I hit that rank, that means I brought more people into the business. I brought more customers into the business. I have to be a better person. If I don't know how now to care and feed my people, right, I will be at this rank or back to my last rank, very, very quickly. So when we talk about the level of success or who we need to become and how we change, each rank advancement, you must become a new person. You must become a better person. And it goes from whether your company has 5 ranks or 10 ranks, it doesn't matter. You go from the me build to the we build. And the money is in the we build of it. Okay, so that's another thing. I'm going through my notes, what I made on you. So also another thing is, watch what you're saying. Forget about that upline, downline. You complain upline and you praise downline. all of that is true to a certain extent because you're building a business, right? When we're a waiter in a restaurant, we could tell the chef, hey man, I think the milk is sour. Well, we don't go into the restaurant, stand on a chair and say, hey, the milk is sour, right? We just change the milk. But every time you speak in this business, you're auditioning for leadership. So talk like a leader right from the get-go. Right from the get-go, talk like a leader, right? Pause, think about what you're going to say. And if you don't know what to say nothing, right? Say nothing. I think people overthink this business way, way too much. The mystery of the business is there is no mystery to the business. Angel and I just did a podcast, and we were talking about that if you don't have 3 people to talk to right now, if you said, Paul, you can be on, I'm going to do your calls. I'm going to have Angel Chandler is going to do your next 3 calls, but you only have an hour for her to do it. If you don't have 3 people to call, you don't have a DMO. So that's the thing you can do in this business is realize, are you doing the simple things while you're waiting to learn how to do the hard things? And the simple things are building your pipeline. All right, and I really can't even read what my last note is, so I'm gonna end it there. I think we lost Peg, so we're gonna keep going. Angel, can you still hear me? You're muted. You're muted, Angel.
I can hear you, and I know that Peg. Hopefully, she'll be back in here soon as we're on her platform. But I know she wanted to talk about who we've had to become and how we've had to come through it. And I think that that's an exciting conversation as well, right? Like people perceive trainers and network marketers as a certain person now because of how they see them in this moment. But what were the years before that? What was the struggle before that? So Peg, I'm going to pass it back to you. I got a really
good one, and I got to shoot myself in the foot to say it, but I'm going to say it when I'm ready. Yeah. But go ahead. One of my top distributors said that they seen major growth in me. So we'll talk about that. But before that, there was a major problem. So go ahead. Go ahead, Peg. So yeah, let's talk about that. How we grow.
So yeah, it's funny because I was a store owner before, and I loved helping people, and I could only help so many people in my little store in my little town, right? And that's one of the things that really, really caught my attention about this industry is how many people I could help. And yes, I started sharing the product, but I realized I can only share the product with so many people, right? And I tell people that when they're talking about, okay, so I really want to share the product, but I don't want to build a team. You can only help so many people. Your ability to help others grows exponentially, right? And I loved what you said, Paul, about becoming a better person. I feel like this helps me. This creates a better person, a better version of me. Like I'm my favorite version of myself that I have been probably my entire life. Because
that's huge.
Yeah, it's enormous. And I think that, it's the association, it's spending time with people who are big thinkers, who want more out of life, who want to help other people. That just can't help but rub off on you. And because it's hard sometimes in everyday life, or in your, if you have a corporate job or a 9-to-5, sometimes those people want to keep you down, because if they see you rising above, it shines a light on their lack of growth, right? So if you've got people that are growing and want to grow and wanting to help people, and you spend time with those people, that's just something that has really changed the trajectory of my life. One of the things that I really think is really important is like you were saying, Paul, own it, right? Seeing yourself in that position. How does the person that you want to become, how do they walk into a room? How do they carry themselves? What's their posture? What do they wear? What do they have for breakfast? Right? How do they take care of themselves physically? What's their relationship? What is the person that you want to become? What does their relationships look like? How do they treat people? How do people talk about them? I think really owning that and creating an emotional connection to that really compels you to take action to draw you towards it.
Excellent.
What's your take on that?
Who?
Either one of you. We're all off. We're all unmuted.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's Angel. Do you want to go first, or?
No, I want to hear your story. You were ready to go, so go.
So here's the thing. I'm a take charge, kind of get it done kind of guy, right? And there's certain things about my personality. Well, I'll tell you this. One of my top distributors told me today that, like, look, we've both grown. I've grown, you've grown. We're different people. And she said that when she remembers, and we travel all over the world and stuff. And she said that I was like a doctor that you'd want to come to me to save your life, but you don't want to have dinner with me. In other words, I didn't have. And Peg, I'm going to bring you into this story because I said it in Fort Lauderdale when I introduced you to walk on stage, to speak on stage. And I said, you taught me patience. And you thought I meant because you were such a handful, and it's not. What I was doing, because of my Wall Street experience and that cutthroat thing, network marketing, you really have to nurture and grow people, because these are people that are going to respond better to nurturing and to guidance than they're going to respond to barking commands at them. And I was a barking command kind of person in their best interest, right? Like, look, you don't want somebody to say, look out for that bus. You want to say, look out for that bus, right? So what she said was, I've learned that nurturing side of thing first, right? And then let people figure it out. It's the delivery. So the intent was there. It's in your heart, but in the delivery is important, because we hear with our ears, but we also hear with our heart, and we also hear with our insecurities. So in fact, I'm going to point you out. When I said to bring you on stage and I said, you taught me patience, your response was, oh my God, what a pain in the butt I must be, versus, no, you taught me to slow down, right? And figure out where you are, because I'm not going to go in and like do a repair on your heart valve, right? It's a little bit more subtle than that. It's a little bit more emotional technique to do, right? Because you could set someone back in this business 5 years by giving them the best advice in the wrong way. And then you add in other cultures, right, who don't speak like we speak, or they'll speak certain languages, speak more in poetry and rhyme than they speak in plain language. I'm a very plain language, simple kind of guy. So that's something to learn. So this business has taught me not only to change when I hit a new rank and to keep people in, it's also taught me that when I'm delivering good news or bad news or a praise or critique, it's the how, the ears and the heart of the person is going to receive it. Otherwise, it will have the opposite effect, regardless of what your intention is, regardless. So the person you're speaking to is way more important than what you have to say. And the way that person is accepting it is way more important than what you have to say. I've also learned that sometimes in the certain context, it's not even need to be said, because the damage could be way too great. And that was a hard lesson to learn. It probably cost me a few $100,000, in this business in the 7 years that I've been doing it. But I would say that it's measurable dollar-wise by doing that. Does that make any sense? It was
it really does, and it's a really good point, and it's a really good observation on that person's part, on that team member's part. It's what a great thing for you to feel that she was comfortable to come to you and say that, right?
Right. Sure. We created an environment where I may have taken offense to it. Like, she's telling me I'm great now. Well, what does that mean? Like, my reaction, being from the New York area, would have been, oh, really? So does it mean I sucked before? The answer is, yeah, I did. I was learning. I couldn't spell MLM 6 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and what you said, the patience thing, it did come across that way to me at first, but it always makes me laugh.
No, it makes me laugh too, because it's this lesson that we're sharing right now.
Right.
Meanwhile, it was an edification of you of what, I was basically trying to say, and this is part of my learning experience, of that how you helped me grow as much as, you always say, oh, my Paul, you helped me so much and you're a mentor and you helped me grow, but also our work together helped me grow.
Right. Sure.
Angel?
And that's, yeah. Angel, please weigh in on this.
Absolutely. I think that all of us, I think that I'm a big believer in there's no coincidences in the people that you end up working with. And I think that when we talk about bringing different talents and celebrating our different talents, celebrating our different leadership skills and the things that we each bring to the table means that we're helping each other grow in every conversation that we have, right? And it does, and I really believe that this comes down to the core of what network marketing should be, which is you're not a number to me, you're a person. You're a person with dreams, goals, a life, a relationship, a family, things I want to support, things I don't know that exist, right? It's not this whole fake world of you're a number to me. And I think right now we see numbers, and people are back in MLM and they're bringing in 300 people and then they're jumping to another company. And I see these people following these people, and I'm just going to call it out. It's BS. Like, why are people continuing to follow these people who are just cashing in a quick check and not making it all about what we're talking about right now, which is the relationship, and which is, I want to know Peg and I want to know Paul and I want to know not only what they need from me, but what do I need from them, and what can I go to them on a call? And Peg and I have these in-depth calls sometimes where we mean to talk for 10 minutes and it turns into 60 because we're actually feeding each other and filling each other's cups, right? And stretching each other and being like, hey, and I'll go to her and be like, hey, am I reacting too quickly here? This is what's happened and what's your perspective here? And we do that vice versa. And that is network marketing. That is building a relationship with somebody that you want to build a future and a business with, and you want to build that foundation so that you can build an empire. I don't want to build with people who are building the foundation and running. And that's what we see over and over and over again. And I'm getting more upset by it every single day because I see so many people doing exactly that. Hey, I came back into network marketing. Oh my gosh, join me. And then they're doing something else, right? And it's like, I want to sound the alarm bells and say, if you're seeing that, that is exactly what you want to avoid, because those type of people, they're not invested in you. I'm sorry if you've attached yourself to those people. I'm sorry that if that's the excitement and you just want that quick money, you're not. You're a number. You're a number. Network marketing and the core of it, and what we want to go back to, is these 5 pillars that we talk about: the fundamentals, the relationship building, the, hey, I care about you because you're becoming my new family. You're an extension of my family. I can't wait to see you in Jamaica because I get to hang out with you for a week because I work with you every single day, right? Like, that is what we want. And so, yes, that helps us level up, because there's things that Peg and Paul have that I don't have, and that they've helped me to discover in myself, and that they've helped me even to see in myself things I can't see in myself that you guys see. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool to hear that. And I hope I've done the same for you, right? And it's not a quick money grab, and it's not a, hey, jump into this, and it's not, this is the next best thing. This is relationships, and this is, hey, we've decided that this is where we're building. This is where we're building together. This is why we're doing this. These are the things we're putting in place for our teams, the systems, the strategies, the fundamentals. We want to make sure everybody who comes in here can win. And if they decide to stay with us, that's great. And hopefully we can build them into something a little bit better of a version than they were when they came and they met us in the first place. And if that's all we get out of people, that's fantastic, because that's what life is all about. So yeah, I think that this conversation about building yourself to be more and leveling up and growing, it's just a natural progression of what we do if you're truly doing this for the right reason and for the right intentions. You're muted, Peg.
You're muted, Peg.
We all do it.
Yeah, we do. So I love everything you had to say, and just, about bouncing things off and being there for each other, being a soft place, a safe place to share, right? And having that. And I don't know about anyone else, but I don't think many people experience that in their professional life. I know I had a meeting this week that I got thrown under the bus, and that would never happen here. Never happen here. You know, it's about those relationships. It's about caring about people. If you don't care about people, you're just not going to do well here. And in caring about people, you attract people who also feel the same, who also want to make an impact on other people's lives. And that's what builds a strong business. That's what builds, you know, like the people that you're talking about that are jumping from one thing to another, Angel, that they're building in sand, right? They're building a house in sand. So I really appreciate both of you so much. And I just want to say, you know, if I know we want to wrap it up and keep it somewhere under 30 minutes, but we will be in Jamaica, the three of us, with an incredible group of people next week. We'll be broadcasting from there. Might not be at the same time, but we'll make sure we come on and share a little bit of that adventure. You know, we do get to work together, but invite people to this. We're doing this on Wednesday evenings. We want to raise the energy in network marketing. We're not saying come with us. We're saying let's all work together and raise the whole image of network marketing, because it truly is. If you're listening to us and you're not involved, you must be thinking, wow, this is life-changing, right? Because it really truly is. Yeah. So Angela, do you want to share a little bit more, and then we'll ask Paul to close it out?
For sure. I think that anybody watching this right now, you know, really having a community of support is something that may be lacking in your life. It may be something that you've never even heard of. It may be something that is foreign to you. Just like Peg said, we're not getting that from our 9-to-5 jobs. We're not having people support us. This, for me, came at a time in my life where I had no idea I needed it. And I've shared this before, that when I started to grow myself, I was so broken that I couldn't do it for myself. I had to do it for my kids first. So I had to start to speak greatness and growth and better words and better things into their life before I could do it for myself. So if that's where you are, that's okay. That's exactly, you can come into something. You don't have to be at a certain level or be like, oh, I'm nowhere near where they are with their personal growth. And I'm just, you know, I'm not even there. That's exactly where we come in to really help, right? No matter what level you're at, this is all just about how can we help you to get to that next place for you, that next place that's your destiny, that's your goals. We each live a different life. We each have different reasons why we're here and purposes, and we just want to help you get to that next purpose. So if you're feeling like maybe this is just like even just too much, it's not. We promise we can meet you right where you're at and help you right from where you want to start.
Thank you, Angel.
So let me see if I could aggravate some people. So I'm gonna probably lose some viewers right before we even get started in doing this. This is our second version of this, right, Peg? So Angel, you were talking about the people who jump around. Look, if you jump around and you've jumped around 5 or 6 times in the last 2 years, 3 years, here's the bottom line: you don't believe in what you're doing. You never believed in what you're doing. And you tell people this is the greatest thing and it's amazing and it has the best comp plan and this and that, and you don't believe it yourself. So if I can give you a little advice, you know, don't make people your opportunity, right? Show people how to build your opportunity. If you're watching things that it says you don't need to recruit and our system is better than this, you're being recruited. This business is a business of recruiting other business owners and showing them the business. If you don't like the word recruiting, find another word. But I was in the staffing business and the HR business, and recruiting is what companies do. They recruit top talent into their business to make their business better. And the way you get top talent into your business is you make sure that top talent gets paid. That's what recruiting is. So we are in the business of, you know, sharing our products or services with consumers, meaning customers, or we're recruiting partners and business builders. That's the business. And if someone says you don't need to recruit to do this and your upline doesn't know what they're doing, et cetera, you're being recruited, but you're being recruited in a system that's not teaching you duplicatable recruiting. So I'm on a mission as a non-network marketer to be a network marketer. And I want to see everyone have success. And that's why you saw across the bottom of the screen, lionprideacademy.com. That's our home. It's agnostic. You don't hear about the company that I build in or Angel, lionprideacademy.com. You will be able to see Peg Tucker, our lioness, and you'll be able to hear her. And this recording will be in there if you need to watch it again. I want you to text Peg if you want to know what Peg does, if you want to see her business, or you want to steal the way we present our opportunity, and you want to change all the names from our opportunity to yours and just rip us off, go right ahead and text Peg to 732-913-8581. Peg to 732-913-8581. Steal it, rob it, look behind me, the 4 elements to getting to yes. There's so many great trainings, the 5 pillars on what to look for in a network marketing company, our 5/5 daily method of operation. It's all there. Steal it from us and use it. Use it to make yourself better. Listen, have an abundance mindset. This is what I'm going to close out. Have an abundance mindset. There's plenty of money for me, for Peg, for Angel, for you, for everyone in this business. Amazon wouldn't be doing billions of dollars a week if there wasn't enough. Okay, guys? So we wish you all the best. Keep at it. If you need some free training from people who are doing it every single day, not 5 years ago, not yesterday, we didn't leave a company, right? We're not looking to write a book. What we're looking to do is give people things that truly work. You want to take it, tweak it, make it better? Come to us and share that with us too. Point is, there's a better way without having to overthink anything. There's no mystery to network marketing. The problem is you think there's a mystery because people tell you, you must do this and this is the best way and that's the best way. You need a DMO, something you do every single day, and you need to build your pipeline. If you don't have 3 people to call right now and ask them, are they ready? You haven't done the easy work. And we'll show you how to do the easy work. Build your pipeline. Thank you so much, Peg. Our next call will be from Jamaica. I will have a drink in my hand. We will be at a bioluminescent lagoon. And I'm proud to say our team has the top 4 qualifiers and probably some of the most attendees to that thing. So our systems work. People are getting success. They're winning trips. They're making money. So thank you so much for inviting me. I hope I didn't piss anybody off too much with the whole jump around thing, but you know you could do better, guys. You're better than that. So long, guys. LionPrideAcademy.com.
Thanks, everyone.